Have you ever felt invisible to someone you always put first? You gave your best, stayed loyal, showed up, yet they acted like you didn't matter. This happens because the more you give without boundaries, the more others assume you'll never leave. But what if you could quietly shift that balance? No begging, no chasing, no emotional games. In this video, I'll share 9 Stoic attitudes that reverse the dynamic completely. They make the same person who once overlooked you begin to rethink everything and fear losing you for good. And the best part? You won't need to manipulate anyone. These attitudes are grounded in Stoic philosophy, a 2,000-year-old school of thought that teaches emotional strength, inner balance, and the power of self-control. The Stoics believed one timeless truth: you can't control others, only your response to them. As Epictetus said, it's not what happens to you, but how you react that matters. Instead of chasing answers from others, Stoicism helps you become the answer. Calm, steady, and untouchable. When you act from that place, something shifts. You no longer seem desperate. You become unpredictable, intriguing, unforgettable. Because Stoicism isn't about being cold, it's about composure with depth, dignity with strength. And these 9 attitudes reveal exactly how to do that. Attitude 1. Strategic silence. Sometimes, what shakes people the most isn't what you say, it's your silence. When you stop over-explaining, stop chasing, stop reacting on impulse, the balance of power changes. Silence, when chosen with intention, restores dignity. People who relied on your attention, your constant replies, your emotional presence, start to feel the weight of your quiet. Marcus Aurelius said, "Nothing is stronger than a man who remains silent for a just reason." That's because silence isn't absence. It's a louder kind of presence. It forces reflection. It creates discomfort. And in a world addicted to noise, those who master calm silence are remembered the longest. Attitude 2. Redirect focus inward. If you spend your life trying to be seen by someone who doesn't value you, you lose sight of yourself. So, turn that focus back where it belongs, on you, not to provoke jealousy or prove something online, but to rebuild what's been neglected. Your mind, your body, your peace. When you start investing in yourself genuinely, your energy changes. You stop depending on others to validate your worth, and that's when people begin to notice. As the Stoics said, freedom begins the moment you stop craving approval. The less you need to be chosen, the more others want your presence. Focusing on yourself isn't selfish. It's self-respect in motion. Attitude 3. Controlled absence. Some people only recognize your value in your absence. And that's why stepping away, calmly, quietly, without drama, is one of the most powerful Stoic acts. Controlled absence isn't revenge. It's a message of self-respect. When someone used to your constant presence suddenly feels your distance, they realize what they took for granted. Seneca once wrote, "To be noticed, sometimes you must disappear." That disappearance, when done with grace, plants doubt and reflection in the other person's mind. Your peace becomes your loudest statement, and your absence, your strongest boundary. Attitude 4. Emotional stillness. Want to truly confuse someone who thought they controlled your emotions? Stay calm. Don't react. Don't explain. Don't fight for validation. It's one of the hardest things to do, but also the most transformative. When people expect your anger or desperation and instead meet calmness, it unsettles them. Epictetus said, "Anyone can be angry. That's easy. But being calm in chaos takes strength." Emotional stillness doesn't mean indifference. It's emotional mastery. It's you reclaiming your power by refusing to let anyone dictate your peace. When you stop reacting, the control shifts. Suddenly, Your silence speaks louder than their words. The moment you refuse to play their game, the game ends. Attitude 5. Quiet self-worth. There's nothing more magnetic than a person who respects themselves quietly, without the need to prove anything. When you begin to genuinely care for yourself, your appearance, your habits, your space, your energy, people feel it. The same ones who once dismissed you suddenly take notice. Because real self-esteem doesn't shout. It shows in your posture, your voice, your eyes. Marcus Aurelius said, "The best revenge is to be unlike him who wronged you." That's the essence of growth. Before, you tried hard to fit in. Now, you expand naturally. Whole, centered, grounded. Self-respect changes your frequency. You start choosing people and environments that strengthen you, not drain you. And when you finally treat yourself as a priority, the world, even those who once overlooked you, begin to follow your lead. Attitude 6. Unshakable boundaries. Nothing transforms a one-sided relationship faster than clear, calm boundaries. When you finally decide what you will and will not tolerate and stand firm, the entire dynamic shifts. Boundaries aren't walls. They're doors with locks only you control. They protect your peace and define how others treat you. Yes, some will resist, test you, or guilt trip you. But as Epictetus said, it's not what happens, but how you respond that matters. And choosing to respond with boundaries is an act of self-respect. Those who valued your weakness will vanish. Those who truly respect you will adjust. Because real connection doesn't break when you draw the line, it becomes clearer. Attitude 7. Disciplined generosity. Being generous is noble, but generosity without discernment leads to emptiness. Selective generosity means knowing when to give, how much, and to whom. Stop pouring your energy into people who only show up when they need something. Seneca said, "Generosity is a virtue, but it must be guided by reason." When you become intentional with your time and attention, people start to value your presence more deeply. Your kindness is no longer a free commodity, it's a privilege. The result? Those who once used you now feel the weight of your absence. And those who truly care cherish what you freely give, because it's no longer guaranteed. Attitude 8. Powerful indifference. Few things shake people more than your calm indifference. But remember, indifference is not coldness. It's emotional maturity. It means you've stopped reacting to every word, action, or test from someone who used to control your emotions. You no longer hinge your peace on their validation. Epictetus warned, "Don't waste your energy trying to please those who can't value you." True indifference isn't born from anger. It's born from awareness. It's realizing that your peace is no longer up for negotiation. And when the person who once had power over you senses that they've lost control, it unsettles them deeply. Your calmness becomes their chaos. That's freedom. That's healing. That's the end of emotional dependence. Attitude 9. Grounded self-confidence. There's nothing more magnetic than someone who knows who they are and moves with quiet certainty. When your confidence comes from within, not from compliments or attention, everything changes. You walk into a room without needing to prove a thing. Your energy speaks before you do. Marcus Aurelius said, "Confidence is not arrogance, it is wisdom." True confidence doesn't seek validation, it radiates self-trust. And that's when people who once ignored you begin to notice again because you no longer need them to. You've chosen yourself. And in that moment, the entire story flips. The one who undervalued you now feels the loss, not of your attention, but of your presence. Because self-confidence doesn't just attract, it liberates. Remember, these attitudes aren't about revenge. They're about evolution. about reclaiming your peace and ending the habit of searching outside for what must be built inside. When you practice silence, set firm boundaries, honor your worth, and walk in calm confidence, you change. And when you change, everyone around you feels it. Those who ignored you notice. Those who used you regret. But the beauty is, none of that matters anymore. Because now, you see yourself clearly. You are enough. And that's where true power begins. In peace, not approval. If this message spoke to you, comment below which of these attitudes you'll start with. Like, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. And remember, those who failed to value you yesterday may be the ones who regret it most when you finally learn to value yourself.